In this video, we are going to cover the overall basics of survival. It doesn't matter if you're playing PvE or PvP, you're going to have to keep yourself alive. Here are the fundamental basics you will need to know to get started as a new player. Even as a veteran player, you may find some of my tips and tricks helpful. With having many hours in HumanitZ, I'm always discovering new things that I did not know. We're going to go ahead and start just a new single player game. Now, all of the tips and tricks in this video about basic survival does apply to single player and multiplayer. Right from the get-go, you'll be presented with a profession selection screen. Go ahead and read through the different professions. They all have different buffs for different abilities. We're going to go ahead and just go with the mechanic profession. That'll give us a 50% more effective buff with repair kits. This is the character profession that I usually choose when I'm playing in my multiplayer games. You're going to want to pick survival scenario. You'll be presented with a large list of options to customize your experience. We're going to go ahead and just leave everything at default. Now, whatever multiplayer server you join, it could have different options chosen as well. So they might have things turned up like zombie difficulty, loot rarity, different things like that. We're going to go ahead and just leave it on default because we're just going over the basics of survival. Now go ahead and name your save. You will be presented with multiple different starting points. We're going to go ahead and start at the starter spawn, which is going to be the easiest place to get your game up and running. Now, as you can see, there are many different other spawns and they vary in difficulty. Okay, so here we are. We just spawned in. We're at the starter spawn. Taking a look around here. There is some items to grab. So we'll go ahead and go in the garage and grab some items. Matches are essential for lighting and kindling fires. Or lighting or kindling fires, I must say. They call it kindle. You have an improvised hammer, an improvised axe. An important thing to pay attention to is your survivor's status bar. So you have health, hunger, thirst, and stamina, as well as what your temperature is. As you can see right now, since I'm by the fire, I'm warm. I step outside, I'm going to get a little colder. Now, white is the average temperature. That's the happy zone you want to be in. Now, if it starts snowing or the weather gets worse, you'll see that turn blue, a baby blue, and then a dark blue, and I will be in trouble and eventually catch a cold. So if I look at what items I have, I did pick up some items that were in the garage here. What we're going to be concerned about is getting ourselves a knife, which is the first thing I suggest you craft, which is a stone knife. So you're going to go ahead and grab a stone. You're going to go up here to your crafting menu. So these are all the basic fundamental things you can craft. Now, we already had a backpack available, but you're going to want to build one if you spawn at a point that doesn't have a backpack available. The improvised backpack, you're going to need to carry more items. The most important thing, I think, for crafting, or you should craft off the bat, is rags, but you can't do that without the stone knife. So we're going to go ahead and make a stone knife. We have one stone so far, and we're going to grab an additional stone. So there we can craft our knife. You just click on it, and boom, we have it, and then we will equip it. Now, since we had an improvised axe, we can use this axe, but we're going to use the stone knife for what I want to do in terms of chopping the bushes to gather the fibers to make the rags, which you're going to need. I suggest you do that first thing. So we're just going to use the stone knife, but like I said, you could actually use the improvised axe to do this. But we're starting at the very basic level here. So I want to make sure you know that you can use a stone knife. And stone knife is the easiest thing to actually make because all you need to find is 2 stones, right? So we can pick up some sticks too, but we're more interested in the fibers. right now because we need those rags. And we're going to go ahead and create those rags in a second here. And I'll show you what you want to do. What I do, at least, a little hot tip, you get make that those rags available in your quick selection. So let's go ahead and craft those. So we're crafting a whole bundle of rags here, right? And your quick slot is what I meant by quick selection. So that way I just hit my quick slot key if I'm bleeding, and I will go ahead and fix that issue. I will stop my bleeding, thus I won't lose any health, and I'll be good to go. All right, now we can just take a look around the camp. There's some things that we don't necessarily need. We can take the wood bow. And get moving here with a weapon. So we're still going to look around the camp. Let's go into some more details of basic survival and what you should do next. All right, well, now that we're up and running here, we're currently losing some status in our hunger and our hydration. So there's actually dirty water, which is good. And we have stale crackers here, which we will consume right off the bat. So when I'm loaded up, I usually, even if my stats are pretty high, I just go ahead and eat or drink whatever's in there. Top things off to 100%. That way I'm running around in good shape. And so now we're going to go over here. And this is one way that you can clean your water. So we found that dirty water. We're going to go ahead and put that in the fire. It'll boil. And it'll create a nice clean bit of water for us. We got a couple seconds left on that. We'll take it. And we'll actually consume it, and you'll watch the hydration level go up. So I think the hotter you are, the faster you dehydrate. I think that is how that goes. So we're going to go ahead and next things you should do is look in houses. Oops. Oh, I can't break that with that. Let's try this. There we go. You can break windows. Now this is a locked door. The locked door you can pry open with a pry bar, or you can find lock picks and lock pick it open. You normally don't want to cause too much of a noise problem because zombies will come at you. I don't think they're going to come at us at this very moment. We don't have a big enough backpack to carry this. There are fireplaces in homes that you can go ahead and light, and it'll work just like a campfire. You can make your cooked meats and sanitized water. Now the meats are stuff that you're going to get and collect from animals that you kill, whether it's a chicken, wolf, deer, bear, and so on and so forth. Although the zombie versions of those animals don't give you any assets. So we do have a bar here that we're going to pick up, but let's go. What's another way to collect water? It's the toilet. So go to the toilet. It's my favorite flavor of water, right? We'll go collect that. We have bullets here, but we don't have a gun. Unfortunately, here's a cap we can put on. You want to keep yourself, another thing, you want to keep yourself clothed as much as you can, because if it starts to get snowy, you're going to be in trouble, because then your warmth meter is gonna start turning blue, and then you'll eventually get a cold and you'll be sick and you'll lose life, and that's not good. That's not a way to survive. Let's go ahead and sanitize this water. So now that we get that, we're not picking up every single thing. There's a can of fuel, which is nice. So with the cans of fuel, those are good, of course, to fuel actually working cars. And this is a working car over here. But you're going to need more than that. This car actually has some fuel in it, but it probably doesn't have any of the essentials like the fan belt, fuel pump, battery, or starter. Sat nav is optional, of course. That just gives you like a mini map. Now those you'll find in garages, auto shops, and gas stations more than likely. See, my guy is getting cold now, so this is not a very good scenario. Let me take that. I actually gonna dump. I'm gonna drop some of this stuff that I don't want. I'm not really out to do anything in the crafting menu. I'll just show that to you really quick. Here's the crafting menu. If we use our improvised hammer, we could start to craft things, but that's not what this whole video is about. There's a tarp. Now this tarp is useful to make a rain trap, which is another way to collect water, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea to craft if we were going to craft anything at the moment. I am getting cold here, so I'm going to start checking around. Now, you wonder what these rocks are, these boulders are with the different schmaltz on them. This is a saltpeter. This is coal. Now this you will be able to mine for ore if you use an improvised pickaxe, which you can make, or a pickaxe which you can find. Now that's good for you be crafting gunpowder, bullets, etc. We got zinc. So as you can see, the starting location is very good. This is a car that you can actually dismantle. So any cars that look like this, that has the doors ripped off, that are pretty decimated, you can dismantle. A car like this van over here, you can't. And usually in those type of cars, you can look at the in the trunks. But that white car you can dismantle. You can't dismantle cars that you can drive either. They can certainly get set on fire though. We've got a bunch of mushrooms here, which we're not going to go after. And here's the copper, some copper ore. Well, we're going to actually go down the road here. So there is an animal. Let's go ahead and get Boat up here. All right. So we dropped our first animal. I'm going to show you how to harvest and take care of the meat here. So as long as you have a sharp weapon on you, you can harvest your deer. This is new. Deer hides are new. You can make, you can have pelts. We're not going to mess with it. All we are interested in right now is the meat. So we're going to just take the meat. The animal fat is what you're going to use to make oil. You can make oil and fuel, but that would be in another video. You can make your own fuel, which is essential once you start getting into making your own base and cars, and collecting cars, I should say, as I do on the regular. All right, so we'll cook up the meats. All right, we're pretty good in terms of that. The next thing we are really worried about is just getting some proper clothing, which we're going to have to go down the road. So if you look on the map, that's where we started. This green dot is the radio tower, which you need to get functional, and then you'll start getting airdrops, which will drop supplies, some hardy supplies, usually military grade items, guns and ammo and etc. But you gotta watch out for bandits. So we're down here. Here's the map. We'll open up the map a little bit more probably. We're not going to go in a whole ton of detail, because this is just for starting out. What you need to worry about your the icons on the left there, the life, the hunger, the hydration, and the stamina. And with certain drinks, you can get stamina buffs, like coffee and pop. Those are going to help you out tremendously. Now we're just going to go down the road here. I know we're cold, so we might get into some trouble. We might actually catch a cold. Here is some berries, I think, red berries. My inventory is full, so look at that. That's not good, but I know there's some homes down here. Now pay attention. The only bushes that you can take down are these bushes that kind of stick out. These large bushes that are kind of stand out a little bit. Like this grass you can't do anything with. There's another deer. But those are what you want to get sticks and then fibers from. And here's a tree which you can chop down, which I'll show you how to do that. You do that with the improvised axe. Of course, you can find a regular axe, a more hardy axe, and then there's a fire axe, so on and so forth. So, and then you got logs, and then it normally dumps some wood, and you can pick up the logs if you want, and take them to your base. You can only carry one log at once. Your hands got to be empty. You can drop them off, or you can break the logs up into wood and take the wood and start building. But we're not going to do any of that. Just wanted to show you right off the bat. So that's taking trees out. So here's a house. So when you start off, I essentially want you to just cover your basics. Make sure you get some food and water, and bandages. Those are the most important things. And then you're definitely going to have to go out and get yourself some clothing and different supplies, and hopefully a better backpack. Now we're going to start fighting zombies, I think. Well, if he's going to come over here, he should probably come over here, right? Well, I am cold, so I need to get in here, and hopefully this is not locked. If it is locked, it is locked. We're going to have to bust a window. Oh, there's a sword. Okay, we got lucky. All right. They probably heard that. Yes. All right, so go into a little bit of combat. Just get your melee weapon out. Go ahead and try to time your swings at a distance. Try to take one at a time. Good old Romero style zombies. Take a couple headshots in there. You do have a kick. There we go. Give him a little kick melee there. All right. Take care of those bad boys. So we do have a revolver, a problem solver. Go ahead and get the sword. Give me swords for 500, Alex. You got salt. Salt's good for making cured meats. Always just search around. Such a good game to, to go and grab loot and search for everything. What kind of gun is this? This is a 357. So we need a 357. Let's go ahead and consume. Take some bullets with us just in case. So we're starting out decently strong here. All right, we'll take those. We'll leave the rest. Hopefully we're in it for clothing. And also a better backpack. So we got some gloves. Gonna put those gloves on. Check your equipment because your quality of your equipment matters. You can repair equipment. Like I could repair right now my melee weapon with some duct tape. So that's what duct tape can be useful for. Those boosts. I'll swap them out for my little trainers. Okay. Well, I feel more powerful now. Oops. Oh, there's a zombie behind here. All right, let's wait till he comes in here, oh, buddy. Booyah. Booyah. All right, I got my gun. Make sure you load it up. Okay, but I don't want to cause a lot of noise. So I'm going to go back to my melee weapon of choice. I do like the machete a lot. Purification tablets. Those will purify water as well. We talked about. I'm going to get rid of any those sticks because I don't need to use those. So instead of fire, you can use purification tablets. Oh, that's great. We just found a blue hoodie, which is better insulation, and was that a good idea? Yep. Those pants were more quality, so we'll be a little bit warmer now. There's a garden rake you can actually use as a weapon as well. Okay, so our health, let's go ahead and we'll hit that quick slot key because we have the bandages and he's automatically healing himself up. There's also med kits you can get, which will help you out and raise your health. And finding, there's a dog companion in the game and whatnot. I do have a dog companion video that I just made. It's on my YouTube channel here that you can watch. It's all about locations of the dog and how you actually get the dog to join you and little tips and tricks there. All right, green bandana other than the hat because I'm an OG. Baseball bat, which we can modify in the workbench if we made a workbench. The workbench is in your crafting menu right here, as you can see. So in your one of the last things we can cover here, since we did cover the overall basics of just starting out, is that your down here in the left with your health and your food, hydration, and stamina, over to the right of the warmth indicator will be different things. So if I caught a cold, there's a little icon that shows up that looks like a little splash on the screen. I guess it's like a germ, and that'll show me that I have a cold. Also, your character will be coughing, so you need to get some actual cough medicine. You need to find that. A good place to look is in bathrooms, so on and so forth, in houses, to try and find some cough medicine. There's some chili there. I think chili would cure my cold. So here's a drink. This should put us over the edge, I think, with stamina. Or no, it's not an energy drink. Actually, it's just a pop, right? Oh yeah, it'll give us some. It took away a little bit from did it take away from my hydration? I think it did. All right. Well, let's see. Do I have dirty water? No, I have regular water. Fresh water, I'm fine. All my stats are fine. We could go get some more trashy water if we wanted to. Computers are good for circuit boards, GPUs. All right, those yellow pants are better in terms of quality wise. Oh, is that that's a sewing kit. That's for repairing. You can also now, when you find pelts and you make a tailoring station, you can craft your own. I crafted a bear hoodie, and you need, I think it's 4 sewing kits for that and 2 bear pelts. Travel pack. So let's go ahead and dump our items in this pack, and then we're going to go ahead and what is the all right, we're dropping the backpack, and then we're going to pick up the travel pack. So I just went ahead and just swapped it out. So now we got a bigger backpack. We can carry more things, so we don't have to leave everything out. Oh. Okay. So I think that really covers the overall basics of survival. My guy has warmer clothes. Oh, the last thing I want to mention about that, I know we talked about the germ icon and being sick, but there's also a icon for being bitten. When you're bitten, there will be a green skull with a circle around it, and it'll slowly deteriorate, and your health will start to deteriorate too eventually. So you have to find an antidote for that, and you can craft one with a chemical station, but that's more of an advanced thing. So hopefully you don't get bitten by a zombie and get infected. But all right, guys, I think that's it for just overall starting out. Whether you're playing PvE or PvP, this should help you get started, and hopefully this video helps you out a little bit. I know a lot of people come into my stream and ask me some very basic questions I think I covered, you know, what you should do right off the bat. We're talking within the first 10 minutes of the game, what you should be concentrated on getting, and how to move forward. And then next, I would just run down the road, collect supplies, look for a place to set up a camp, and then set up a little camp. Maybe make a spawn point, which you can craft, so that way when you die, you can have a spawn point and you know, respawn where you were, or where your base was, so you don't have to respawn at one of the, like at the starter spawn point or one of the other spawn points. So all right, guys, hopefully this helped you out. Oh, here's a little, hold on, let's go talk to an NPC, because NPCs are kind of new in the game. I don't think he does anything. Oh, he's a trade, he can trade stuff. So you also find NPC camps down the road. We'll cover that. But yeah, hopefully this video helps you out, and if it did, give it a little like and subscribe, and then come over to my I do have a HumanitZ server, Zed's Apocalypse Disco. Come on in. It's not password protected. You can come in. It's a PvE server, and you can build your own base, or you want to join me in my base. We can clan up and have some fun. All right, guys, thanks for watching.